and blink read is called when anyone any widget takes the data, means it asks for some data. So I'll show you in the app when it is called, but for now let me let's just see what happens when it calls, when this function is called. So you write some code here, and then you write blink, you write some code, whatever data you want to manipulate, and the things, all that things, and then you write blink dot you write here virtual light, as we have written in our previous session, blink dot virtual light, to write some of the data on any of the virtual pins connected to any widget in your app. So I write here again the pin number, and I write here whatever data I want to write. So suppose I made a variable name temp, or suppose I made a variable name cases, and I have declared cases here, but I wanna take this data from internet, and I want to display it on my mobile. Or else I can do one more thing, that I want to take this data not from internet, I want to take from any sensor. So just I will write here the pin number of the sensor, comma input. I will take as analog read or digital read, or whatever form the data is coming. But for now I will, let me open the uh, solution in which we have been, in which we have taken the data already of cases. So this is the solution for the assignment. So let me just copy down the things for which we have taken the cases data. So let me copy this and close this. So yeah, let me paste it down here. So this code is with you. So now let me just take only one data for the confirmed cases. So I will take only one data for confirmed cases. This is okay. So I will take only one data here. Then I will write here, yeah, string this, and then I will write here uh, I will write here cases equals to this, and then I will write in the global int cases. So I'll write here int cases. So yeah, and comma. So this cases function will be this cases will be declared to the cases which we are having currently, and then let me delete this line, and then that cases will be written to that virtual pin. So now let me show you in the mobile app how you can take that data, what you have to do in your app. So for that I will uh, again open the Samsung Flow, and I will connect that. Okay, so let me open the Blink app. So yeah, this is my project. So first let me delete this pin. uh, I will add any value display, and in this value display I will write a title cases. So I have written the title cases. Now I will declare it to virtual pin. I will, you can directly take data from the digital pin also, but I am taking data here from virtual pin, as blink read and blink write functions are only for virtual pin. So I will take as I have declared here in v4, I have declared here in v4. So I will take data from v4 itself. Now I will yeah, so I was talking about when this function is called. So yeah, when this blink read is called. So this blink read is called whenever your widget calls some data, wants some data. So when this widget will want some data, so you can see here refresh rate. You can keep it from 1 second to 24 hour, that is 1 day. You can change refresh rate from any value. So if I take this refresh data as 2 seconds, then this widget will want data at every 2 seconds, and then at every 2 seconds that function will be called blink read. Because this v4 function wants so this v4 virtual pin wants data at every 2 seconds, so blink dot read will be called of v4, and this code will run at every 2 seconds, and it will provide data to this. So now if I want to change it, I can change this. So now let me show you. Okay, so first I have to go and email all. I have to send email for my auth token. Hmm, let me see whether I can copy this and paste it. I don't think that's possible, but let me see that if that's possible. No, it's not possible. It, it is being copied in the file system. So yeah, let me go to my email and let me take the data. So let me go to my email and let me take the data. So yeah, this email has been sent 0 minutes ago. So this is the auth token which I was talking about. I will copy this, and then I'll go here and I'll paste it down here. So this is the auth token. So now it's completely set up. I will turn on my mobile hotspot, and yeah, done. So yeah, now I'm ready with my Blink app. Okay, so everything is set up. Now I will upload this code. So let's see. Yeah, it's compiling, and so you get that point, that how the reading rate calls the blink read function. So it basically calls the function at every interval of time you set here. Okay, HTTP client. Okay, so we have to include a library for that. We have to also open recent. We have to take this library down here and we have to paste it, or uh, that's why it's showing no class for that, because we had not declared we have not included the library. So that small errors you have to keep in mind, that you have to include all the library, you have to download and update all the library at all the time. Okay, again, okay, so this a must not be there. So yeah, you can just read out the errors and try to solve them at your own, because that also helps you a lot to read the error and see what it means and then correct it yourself. This helps you in a long run very much. So now it's compiling. Now I think that everything is correct. It will upload. So yeah, board is the port is this. Everything is set correctly. So this is now connecting. So yeah, I think there was some error in that library itself, software serial.h. That's why we are not getting, and the code is not been uploading. But yeah, now it's been uploaded. I'll have to open the serial monitor. So let me see. Yeah, serial monitor. You can see that it is connected now. When I will, uh, okay, I will run this at every 2 seconds. Yeah, you can see that the data has been printed here. So suppose it is a temperature data of any of your temperature sensor. So you can take the data at every 1 hour, and you can see that whether the temperature has gone so much high. So I have to turn that off. So you can add any other button here, and you can turn that off when you see that the data is reached at a certain limit. So you can control this, or you can also write some code here down here, that if this data is greater than that, then close the system, like that. And you can also turn it off manually, so you can have both ways. So this is the function of blink read. And now I'll show you what does blink timer do. So blink timer is basically a widget. You can say that it's basically a class, and you have to call a variable for that in the so you call a variable for that in the global. So blink timer, you call a variable, and then let me show you how this function. So let me delete this all data, because now I will not be needing blink read for writing the data. Basically, blink timer also writes the data just as blink read, but it do have its own advantage and disadvantage. So I will tell it about later. First, let me show uh, how you initialize it. So you initialize timer dot set. You write interval timer dot set interval, uh, and then you just write here whatever time you want, and in you want to update. So suppose you want 1000, this is in milliseconds, so you write 1000 milliseconds, which means 1 second, and then you write L. So why we write L here is because that L is written here because milliseconds can be in long, so that's why you write L here for representing that it's long. So now you write a function name. So let me write the function name as timer event. So let me timer event. I'll write the function name as timer event. So now I have to declare a function timer event, which basically tells what to do at this time interval. So I'm setting that at every 1 second, I have to call this timer event. So now I have to declare this void function timer event. I will declare it. Yeah. So now I will write down the code. So suppose I want to write some data. So I will again call blink dot virtual write. So this is pretty much similar to what we have used in blink read. So I will just blink virtual write, and I will enter the pin virtual pin number. So and then I will write the data. Suppose I want to write how much second you have passed out. So this is millis. Millis is for the for calling out the milliseconds passed till the code has been run. So this is that millis, and then by thousand giving it in seconds. So you can give any data you want. It's up to you what data you want to give, the data of any sensor or whatever thing. And then in this void loop, so as told earlier, in this void loop only I have to write this one function blink dot run. It runs down the blink app. It gives the permission blink app to control the ESP32 fully, and you cannot do any other thing. You cannot write here in this blink virtual blink read or blink write function as it will corrupt you. It can corrupt your board. So basically, you just write one line blink dot run. But yeah, in this case, you have also to run the timer function, timer variable, so that you can just change, you can just call this function at every 1.5 seconds. So just setting it, initializing it is not good enough. You have to add here one line timer dot run, which basically ensure that it is running in parallelly with the blink app, and whenever 1.5 1 second happens, whenever 1 second is passed, you call this function. So this is very much useful, that it ensures it runs in parallel with the blink app, and it calls the this function at every one interval of second. So it calls any one function you declare here the name of at every 1 second. So then you will just go, then you will again just upload this code. So I can now safely remove this library. I'll upload this code, and yeah, so you can see. Okay, so let me ensure that this function is been calling by writing some serial print. So you can always check where your code is via serial or println. So I'll write here data sent, and then I will, yeah. So let me again upload this, and I will yeah, it's now, it's been uploaded. I will call on the serial. Wait, let me again upload this, and let me show you the serial monitor. So yeah, all these three things. So yeah, it's it is being uploaded now. So you can see that now 2 3 data send. So this function is been calling down, and the data is been increasing. So this is not cases, actually this I have set in the mobile thing, but this is what it is. This is the number of seconds passed till now, so 19 20, and this is increasing. So this is doing the same function as the blink read is doing. So why we use timer, and why are we not using any, means why are we not using the blink read? So yeah, now let me get to it. So basically blink read and timer has its advantage and disadvantage. So let me tell something about that. So basically in timer function, you can change here whatever you can set here whatever time you want. So you can set 1.25, 1.1, 1.111. You can set whatever time you want in millisecond, and you can call upon that. But in the blink widget, you can see that, yeah, this is restricted to some particular value. You get only 10, 15, 20 at most value, and you can only just call the function in that. You can only take data, you can only refresh data in that time interval. But suppose you want to change data in any particular 1.1 second, so what you do, then you use timer function. So timer function is basically do not restricts you in using any of the time you want. But yeah, it has one restriction, that once your code has been uploaded, it will change that, means it will just refresh in that particular time only. So you can also set here a function t square, and you can change the value of t iteratively after every time the function is called in this function. So you can call it in 1 second, then 4 second, then 9 second, then 16, and then 25, and like that. You can call it in that. You can call in long function. You can define any function you want in timer, but you can define it only once. And once you have defined that, you cannot change that, and you have to just restrict to that. Once your code is uploaded, it will follow the same thing in its whole life. You cannot change it, and if you want to change it, you have to re-upload the code. But in that case, our blink app comes in use. And you can, if you define it via blink read, you can change your time interval anytime you want. You suppose you have initially declared it as 1 second, 2 second, and then after some time you just thought that, no, my data is in 2 second, I don't want at every 2 second to refresh my data, I want it to 10 second. So you can just change it to 10 second, and you do not have to re-upload your code. And in the mobile itself, you just change that, and everything blink takes care of it. Calls the blink read function in 10 seconds, so your data will be refreshing in 10 seconds. So this is the advantage of using blink read function. And this via this reading rate, you can change it without re-uploading. But if you want to use some of functional timer events, or some arbitrary value 1.25, 2.1, something like that, then you have to use timer dot set interval function. And then this is both the advantage and disadvantage. Both have their own advantages and disadvantages. So you can use whatever you feel in your project is more useful. So now let's get moving ahead to the present, to the slides. So yeah, now what you always have dreamed of, or what you always have seen as a fairy tale, comes to reality: the voice assistant. So voice assistant, as you all wants to just tell to somebody and pawn off your work. So you want to do your work. You want to let your work done by other just by giving commands. We all wanted that, but yeah, here you can do it in reality. So you can just tell to your voice assistant what you have to do, and it will do it for you. You can tell it to turn on the light, you can tell it to open the door, and it will do that for you. And how it does? No, the Google itself will not come and just close the door or open the light. It will do it via some of the circuit, some of the system you will set. But you have to set it once, and then it can be used for the lifetime. So the solution is IFTTT. So what is IFTTT? Basically, IFTTT is nothing, just a basic condition which you learned in coding in the starting. Basic, in the first month of your coding, or in the first second week of your coding, you have learned this IFTTT. What is it? What it means? So it's just a if condition. If this, then that. So it takes command from one where to the internet and gives it to another. If you given this command, then it will give output as this command. If you have given this command, then it will give output as this command. So you are just using a if statement, nothing else. And now I'll show you how to use it in real. So first take a look at this. So basically you are giving your commands to Google Voice Assistant, which you have set up in this IFTTT website, and that is taking from your Google Assistant the voice command in this, and then it is doing what you have written in that. So if this, then that, then do that. If I give output as this, then do that. So it is then giving that to a webhook server. So I'll tell it about when I will set it up, and then it gives to your Blink server, which then pass it to your LED bulb, whatever system you are connected to, and you are all set up. So let's get started with our live demo. So for that, again, I will be opening this, and now I don't want any timer function to be called or anything else. Any cases I don't want. I just want a basic, whatever example you have taken from here. So example section, you have whatever examples you have taken from here, I just want that, and that will alone help me in setting up the voice assistant. You don't want to write any of the code in here. You just have to set up some things in the internet. So I will tell it about you. So this code I have to upload it. So let me first upload this code so that the uploading takes place. Yeah. So now let me show you via mobile. So I have to connect some of the circuits too. So let me do this. I have to connect the same old circuit to glow my LED as I have done earlier. So yeah, uh, I will connect my LED. So let me turn on my camera and show you. Yeah. So this is basically I'm connecting the same circuit here down here. So let me connect this LED. So I'm connecting it to the same 21st pin which I have connected in the previous two sessions. So yeah, it has been set up, and I am connecting it to 21st pin. So so you can see that this is not 21st pin. This it is. Yeah, so I have connected the circuit here to the 21st pin, and I also have uploaded the code. Now I will show you that in the Blink app. Let me first delete this widget, and let me add another widget button, the simple button which we have added. So let me write it as LED. Let me use the pin as the digital pin 21. You can also use virtual pin, but then again you have to write here virtual, writing the, for taking the data from this, and I use it in uh, I will use it in switch mode, not push mode, and I will use it like this. So this is set it up. Now let me show you via my split screen. uh, okay, so this let me show you this split screen. This is the basic example we have done. First time we have initiated with the blink. So yeah, I'm turning that LED on via this. So this is the example first we have done. But now let's add some magic to this and see what we can do with IFTTT. So let's go to the site of IFTTT, and when you go to the site of IFTTT, so now I'll be taking again some volunteers. If anyone wants to volunteer, you can just raise your hand so that I can get to him. So if anyone wants to volunteer in this, okay, Nishant, yeah, okay, Nishant. So I'll be sending you my. So just do what I am doing on my screen in your IFTTT. So just go in your IFTTT. Just log in with one of your. So let me show you. I have signed out. So just Nishant sign in. I am signing in, but you have to sign up with one of your Google account. So just go and sign up with one of your Google account. Uh,
All right.
so so yeah, just sign in with your Google account, sign up with your Google account, one of the Google account. Then when you are done, just tell me. For now, let's move ahead first. So I
Yeah,
am
I've signed
create.
in.
Okay, so yeah, cool. So just go in this create thing, or in this create from here, from anywhere. Just go in create, and
Okay.
then just click on this add button, and now you can let me again show you.
Hey, got it,
And
got it. I'm there with you.
uh, this is the add button for this. So this is where we are giving the input. So we are giving input from Google Assistant. So go to the Google Assistant, take a simple phrase. I am giving a simple phrase, and what the phrase it is: turn on the light. So Nishant, don't write here turn on the light in your Google Assistant. Write turn off the light. I'll be explaining on turn on the light. You just write turn off the light.
Okay.
Then if you want some another way to say it, like switch off the light, you can write it. It's totally optional, up to you. Switch off the light, and how you want your assistant to say this. So yeah, turning off LED. So turning off the LED. So this is how your Google Assistant will say. So turning off the LED. Now you have to just click on create trigger to make your Google Assistant to connect to your Google Assistant. Now, whenever you just call your Google Assistant, speak to your Google Assistant, turn on the light, you will receive turning on the LED. And now you have to connect it to that part. So search here blink, but okay. So search here blink, but you will get nothing. This is because you don't have blink in your IFTTT. You have to go via webhooks. So as I told earlier, you have to make a web request because Blink server takes place in web. So I have to enter some URL here. So let me show you how you enter the URL. So Nishant, are you following me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you just write here HTTPS double slash, and then you just type out here command. You just open your command prompt. Okay. So cool. You open your command prompt, and here you write ping, and you write blink cloud .com. So yeah, this will show you. Wait for some time. Okay, request timeout. Okay, yeah, this will show you ping statistics for this, and this is the IP address you have to write down here: 188.166.206.43. So it's the same IP address for this. Just if you are using first time, you have to get it like this. Another time you can just remember this. Now you have to paste the auth token here. So whatever auth token I was using, I'll paste it down here. So I will copy this and I will paste that auth token here. And then I will write. So yeah, for Nissan, let me send the auth token to you. I am sending you the auth token. So just copy and paste it. Just I have done. Okay. So
All right.
now you have to write update and you have to write the pin number. So I have used the pin D21. So I have to write here D21. You have to write the method as put. Then you have to choose the content type application JSON. This all are the syntaxes. You have to just remember put application JSON every time, and how you write the URL. You have to take care of that. Then you write here 1 in the body, because I have to turn on the light. I will write here 1. Nishant, you write here 0 in the box,
All right.
because he has to turn off the LED. So now I'll click on create action. So this has made my
Aniket, can you send
okay,
that auth token via Telegram or something? Because I'm using Zoom on my phone, and it'll be
okay,
hard to,
okay.
copy it from.
So let me send that code to you via Telegram. Okay. So yeah, let me send that code to you via Telegram. Uh, for a second. Nishant, can you just uh, ping me? Just can you send me a message so that uh, I can write your just
Uh,
just write a message so that
yeah,
I
I
can
sent it.
yeah.
You
So
can put it in the chat, Aniket, and Zoom chat, and I'll send it to Nishant over WhatsApp.
yeah, I have sent it. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Gagan. Or okay, so now I'll be yeah, I have connected my device again, and okay, so since it has got disconnected, now I again have to scan for the star. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so let me first complete the setup. Okay, so Nishant, are you on the same level?
Yeah, just give me a moment. I'm almost there.
Okay. So yeah, so let me continue. You just set up your thing. So then you have to click on finish, and as you click on finish, the uh, connection has been made, and it will show here connected. So it can say, if you say turn on the light, then make a web request. So it is showing this. If you say turn on the light, then make a web request. So it has been connected to your Google voice assistant. Now let me show you in the mobile how this will function. So let me uh, yeah, so Blink app, I don't need to use my Blink app for this. I have to use my camera, but for this, so let me use my camera. Let me set my camera properly. uh, so yeah, now uh, I have to just open it in split screen, and I have to go to here voice assistant. So hey Google, yeah, I have to open the voice assistant. So watch properly that. This is called this. Okay. I will say it out again. Turn on the light. So you can see turning on the LED, and the LED has been turned on. So now if I will turn off the light, it will say no, no, nothing like that looks. So because I have not set up the turn off the light, so that's why I volunteer taken the volunteer from Nissan. Nissan, can you now say in your Google Voice Assistant, turn off the light?
Yeah, give me a moment. I'm just trying to access Google Assistant. I've never done that before.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you have to download the voice assistant. The Google Voice Assistant, you have to download it from Play Store. Just go to the Play Store and write here Google Assistant. So
All right, yeah, got
to
it.
download this. Okay. So till
Hmm.
then, let me, yeah, turn on the light. So it will reply that turning on the off. Okay, so I think I have said there turning off the LED, I guess. So you can change it whenever you want via settings. So that things in your hand always. So yeah, I have. So now you can save it, and then changes saved. And now when you will say turn on the light. Oh, okay, wait. I have made the changes, and yeah, it's turn on the turn turn on the light. Okay. Turn on the light. So yeah, the you can see that changes has been made, turning on the light from turning off the light. So you can make changes whenever you want. You don't have to write any code here until unless you are using some virtual pins, and you have to write your virtual pins here function, virtual write or virtual read, whatever you want. So you can just also tell your Google Assistant, give me the data, and it will give you data. Or you can just tell to close the door, and it will close the door. Whatever you say in your Google Assistant, you set a system for that, and that work will happen. So now I guess, Nishant, are you
I sent the request. I said turn off the light. It replied turning off the LED.
okay? So did you set up? Okay, so I guess I have said at the same time. So please try once again.
Yeah, it replied turning off the LED.
Uh, Okay, I guess then there will be some. Okay, so can you tell what you have done in your this IFTTT?
I'll just show you.
Uh, Miss, maybe there will be some kind of error in this IFTTT. You don't have make the web request properly. So just go in the settings and see that whether you have written the same URL down here, and whether you have written this update in small, this D in capital, and this body functional as 0.
Can you see my screen? Yeah.
So have you yeah, so are you sharing your screen, Nissan?
Yeah, I've put on my camera.
Okay, so
I've turned on my front camera.
let me stop my share, and yeah, so just scroll it down, put okay, nice. In body optional, what you have written, there must be double comma both side,
Oh, right.
and then you have written https. Okay, this is fine, update D21. Yeah, just save this now, and just let me share my screen again. Okay, so now let me open in split screen. Yeah, Nissan, now can you try?
Yeah. Did it work?
No, please try it again. Means it didn't work.
Turn off the light. It's a turning off the LED. It
Okay.
apparently didn't work there.
Uh, let again, please share the screen and let me see what you have written.
Uh, I messed up somewhere.
Okay, Naman, you are asking something like, shouldn't you paste Nissan's auth token? So yeah, means if I do paste Nissan auth token, then I have to use that in the webhooks and also in my Blink. But since I am using my auth token in the Blink, so I can give my auth token to Nissan so that he can use it from in the auth in the webhooks URL to get to the same URL. So no, the means yeah, okay, Nishant, let put okay. So let me match this. Just hold on for a second. Put then 0, then URL. You have written it correctly. D21 application JSON. So okay. So maybe so there may be some update. So update you have written in small na Nishan.
Where?
Update in URL.
Update, yeah. Capital U kya?
No, small. Yeah, it's correct.
It's small, right?
Okay, D21 you have written correctly. Maybe okay. So let me change my this to the turn of the LED. So please give me the screen share. Okay, so
Okay, yeah.
uh, yeah, so is it visible? So let me change this to turn off the LED, turning off the LED, and you're right here. So then application JSON. Okay, so let me save this. Changes saved, and now let me use my voice assistant. Okay, so open a split screen. Oh, Nishant, have you tried it again?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Okay,
did. It
so
worked. It worked.
okay, it worked now. Uh, some intentional help. Okay, so Google Assistant is responding. Okay, so it has worked. So let me just change my to my this to again turning on, and let me show this. Okay, turn on the LED. So maybe there was some issue. Uh, it might happen. Switch on the light. On
Maybe
the
the port key was different.
okay, so you pasted your alt key again.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that error can be there. Okay, so changes saved, and then let me open in split screen and this. Okay, turn on the light. Nishan, can you try now?
Yeah. Wait a second.
Yeah, so you can see that the LED has been turned off. So you can just like you have connected your blink from any point on the earth to another point on the earth, you can connect the same thing with IFTTT. It does not matter what your location is. The IFTTT just takes from one point of the earth on the internet and sends this to another point. So Nishant can there control of turning of the light from there itself to this, and we can use the same blink, same ESP by 2 or 3 or multiple number of IFTTT applets, what you call that, and we can use it with many number of students too. So it's not restricted to some particular your Google account only can access it. Anyone's can access this. Uh, uh, till the means you just have to give your auth token, and so now you can understand this auth token is how much important. So suppose you are creating a big project and you just give your auth token, and anyone can then handle your system. So this is very important auth token, because via this you can go to your Blink server, what Blink provides you, your server. You can go in that and change in your and do changes in your system. So that's it. So this is for the Blink voice assistant. So yeah, we have pretty much integrated with IFTTT. So I can show you in my home tab that I have created many much applets, and then you can just disconnect it via clicking on. Suppose you don't want to let it be active now anymore, so you can just disconnect it and it will be disconnected. So now when you will go to home, the applet is disconnected. So now if you tell, it will say sorry, this function is not in our system, something like that. So yeah, this is the live demo we have done now. So now let me again just try for once more the ESP communication what I was showing. So just let me go in this. Let me try once more with my Arduino. So you can see. Okay, so I will connect again the RX, the ground to ground, and RX TX to TX and RX respectively. So yeah, the TX pin to the RX pin, the RX pin to the TX pin. So I have connected the circuit, and now let me go to Arduino ID and change this port to Arduino Uno. So change this port to Arduino Uno, and you can see that here a board of this appears. So I will upload this data here, and I'll see in serial monitor while it's uploading. So uploading. So you can see that Arduino uploads the code very easily. So yeah, it's printing -1 because I don't have uploaded my code in ESP32 till now. So I will change this to again ESP a module, and I will change again this to port 7, and I will just try to upload this code again. So let's see what happens this time. Will it, maybe there are some error. So I think there is some error in this header file, and that's why it's not, because when I tried it my own, it works pretty good, and maybe there is some kind of error. But yeah, you can see the syntax. It's not just any hard to see that this is software serial you are using, and you are just defining a variable for that. And then okay, so fail to connect to this packet. So maybe there is some kind of error. If I get this, what is this, I will post it on the Telegram group, and I will also upload a video of this working well. But for now, let's just take it as that this is the code which helps you to do this, and maybe there is some technical error in this packet header. Maybe that is the thing. So don't waste our time too much on this again. So let's get ahead of this. So yeah, we are overall completed with our week 2 and week 3, mostly the things of Arduino with ESP, and basically the ESP and the things of internet, what we do in the internet with our ESP, how we connect it to Blink, how we automatize our home. So you have just with the starting of week 2, you have just seen the ESP pin out, the basics of what it is, why it is better and all. Then I have shown you a tutorial for fetching data via connecting it to Wi-Fi. Then I have created a Wi-Fi and made a web page via which you can control your system. But then I have again told you I shown you the Blink app, and it is I shown you that this app has already been made up for connecting to your system. So you don't have to create a web page every time. You just have to use the auth token of Blink app, and you can read and write data. And then also I have shown you serial communication. Maybe this has some error, I will get back to you for this. And then at last we have integrated with our voice assistant. So this is the means a very fairy tale types thing, and we have done it, and we have integrated it with voice assistant from one place of the earth to another place of the earth. So anyone can speak at one place to its voice assistant, and that things can be transferred to any another place. So via this you can now just connect your door with a motor, and whenever the motor gets signal, the door will just rotate and the door will open, and the motor will get signal from ESP32, which is connected to your Blink, which is connected to Google Voice Assistant via IFTTT. So you can just say any of the magical words to show your at your home, that you can just say a magical word like Khulja Simpson and your gate will open. So this is the summary of the week 2 overall. So I hope you enjoyed our week 2 and week 3 and the whole tinkering boot camp. Now I'll pass on to Gagan, which will be taking you to the quiz and telling you about the midterm assignment and all. So hand over to Gagan.
Thank you, Aniket. Great work. And camera.